Hi guys, Paul.
And Mike.
PABrewNews over here in Frankfort, Kentucky. And here we have a beer by the North High Brewing Company, carefully crafted in Columbus, Ohio. This is Mr. Fahrenheit, a New England style IPA coming at 7.2 alcohol by volume. And check out this can art. We're just going to throw it. We're actually going to throw it. Look at that. Look at that. Eye of the tiger. Beautiful thing got going on right here at the North High. Look at that. And there you go.
Yeah, I saw that and just think Queen is like, I'm getting it.
There you go. So this was only $2.39 a can. So that's good. Ooh. I will crack a toe into it.
Oh, it's coming out.
Whoa, it's got a little bit of...
A lot of carbonation on it?
It's got a little bit of ass to it. Got a little bit of extra ass to it. That smelled like. This smells like. What is it? This smells like when you open one of those Simply Oranges.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it's like
it
that
does smell like that.
Yeah, like a very sharp orange juice / grapefruit
really
juice.
Smell like that. A lot of orange flavor.
Yeah, a lot of very piffy, sharp, bitter orange kind of character coming out of this. It's just like when you like...
Almost a little sweet though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna, yeah. Well, you have that lactose smell coming up too because it's the New England.
It looks like a root beer.
It does. There's no moving this head. I guess the dirty finger. We'll try the dirty finger approach. See if I get this. Give it the old COVID finger.
Old COVID finger.
Give it the,
There's a lot in mine though. I think it's a waste.
I think I give it the old COVID swirl.
That head is creamy.
It is a creamy head. Well, let me try to power through this. Cheers.
I'm trying to taste it in a second. I swear.
It's almost like...
Look at that. That's like I'm eating a dessert.
It is a frosted mocha.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You have a mustache.
I know.
I know.
How about a trip to the Andes? It's got a little bit of a peppery bitterness. I mean, it's kind of sizzling the tongue a little bit because that might be the extra carbonation too.
I don't like it.
Right on your nose too.
Yeah, I can imagine. I will say this.
It still has that sharp, orange, like citrusy orange thing. But I don't know if
it's because of all the head that I'm probably.
Yeah, it just reminds me. It doesn't have a lot of dynamic character.
It does taste like a New England style beer, though. I'll give them that.
I've had so much better versions of New England style IPAs that this is just not cutting the mustard at all.
I'm not saying just IPAs. I just mean like there's a distinct. I tend to notice, and maybe you would agree with me. New England beers, they tend to have like a very distinct kind of flavor on the back of them. I think.
Well, this definitely has that kind of lactose back.
And it
to
has that New England kind of. I mean,
which is weird because it's drier in the front. It's dry and piffy and zippy, but not in that nice, flavorful way. It's got that. Still, it's got that resinous kind of tonality of not resin, but of that, like putting your nose over a Simply Orange kind of.
I do kind of like the nose on it.
But it's pretty dry and sharp at the beginning of it, but the back end, like he was in the back end of the palate, that's when you're starting to get bready. That's when you're going to start to get a little lactose, and then you still get a little bit of that orange character. It's not.
It's a weird bitter.
It's a weird bitter because it hits you right at the front, and then it starts attacking your palate. But then on the back end, the bitterness doesn't linger because you have that like lactose kind of character. But it's not the greatest beer in the world.
It's a weird bitter. I could see. I think I could see how somebody might like this.
It's not the worst beer in the world.
No.
No.
I mean, I can see how somebody would probably really enjoy this, but this is not.
I'm still drinking it. You know what I mean? I'm still drinking
Yeah.
it. I would be happy if I brewed this beer. I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say like, fuck it, that's good. I think it needs to breathe a little bit. I think there's that extra carbonation is just really
What's the
off.
ABV on this?
The ABV of this one is 7.2.
Doesn't seem like
Doesn't
a 7.2.
taste like a 7.2.
That's
This
one
seems
thing
like a 5. So it really is. It does drink easy for what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of this attacking bitterness.
There's something in the flavor, like just after you get like the initial taste of it, I don't like.
It's a zippy minerality right there, and it almost like you know what it is? It's very hint of it. It's a hint. It's very subtle, but it reminds me of the old IPAs that nobody liked, where they had that bitter earthiness that almost had like a chewing on a Tylenol.
There is an earthiness to it that's reminiscent of.
You know that medicinal pill bitterness that you just slowly get there, and subtly there's a hint of that.
I think it was a Founders beer. Was it their Celestial? Is that what it was called? It's got the 2 angels on it. Is that the one I'm thinking of? It definitely reminds me of something that I've had before, and I'm pretty sure it was by Founders, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
I don't know. What do you think about the beer as a whole?
As a whole,
I think it's a
five is your lager, right? You classify
five is
like
the
lager.
ending. Five is this. I would say this is not to style. I wouldn't consider this a New England style. So I would like style wise, I would give it probably like a 5 or 6 overall. Style wise, drinkability, I could drink it. You know, it's all right. You know, it's a lot better than a lot of stuff. I would take this over a lager.
I would actually give this a 5 because I'm comparing it to like Yingling, and like Yingling's like the mid ground.
You like
I
this?
mean, it depends. I like this as much, I suppose. Like it depends on if I wanted like what kind of beer I wanted at that particular moment. Do I want like a lager? Do I want something that's got a little bit of like an IPA?
Right.
It's funny. I could see this growing on me though too. As much as I tried it initially and I was like, I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I can see after
no, there's something in there I'm just not into.
I can see if maybe like after my palate gets adjusted to it, maybe I would enjoy it more.
You know what? I went back and I gave it a snuffle, and right in the back of the top of the roof of the mouth, the palate, bam, earthy bitterness. You had a metallic. You had that kind of chewing a Tylenol bitterness hit your palate there, and then it kind of went away. But it was that momentary swath of that was really off-putting.
Inhale a little bit more through your nose when you take a sip. So take a sip and inhale more through your nose. I get that aroma. Mm-hmm. I feel like it changes the flavor of it.
I mean, it's
interesting.
It's boring.
Boringly interesting. I think it's kind of.
The burp wasn't very nice either. The burp was like a candle. The burp was scented candle wax.
I like the nose on it.
I love the can.
The can is cool.
The can is a 10. The bear is a 6.
As far as.
I think I'd give this one. Man, it's so weird because like there's a couple of sips I had that weren't working for me at all, and there's a couple of sips I had that were. There's a lot of earthy bitterness, though. There's a lot of just unnecessarily earthy bitterness because it's not balanced. It's not correct. The more I'm kind of sitting on this, the lower the score is getting.
Was it an Elysian beer? What the fuck?
Elysian? Yeah, it might have been.
I don't know. I know I've had something that this is reminding me of. But it was years and years ago. It was when I was still bartending.
Okay.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah. So what do you give overall? Let's go. Brass tacks.
5.
5?
I'll give it a 5.
I think I'm going to give this one a 4.
Would you drink a lager over this?
Yeah. I think
There
so.
you go.
I think so. I think I'm gonna give this one a 4. So 4.5 overall from both of us. It's just, I think we got a dodgy can. Do you think that?
I think that might be it too.
Because so from what we got, I don't think it's a true score of this beer. If you do see it, or if you've ever had it, let us know your thoughts and opinions. But there's something not right with this can. There's something not right.
I think that very well could be it.
And it's not.
There was a lot of head that came out of that
It
too
was
when
stupid,
we
yeah.
popped out. See
I
that?
can't see anything. It says 7 something. So I mean, honestly, it's only
720,
20
so maybe.
Yeah, so
when it was
basically
canned.
3 months old.
Which isn't all that.
No, it's not that bad. For a New England style IPA, you should still get some of that, and this is just a little bit of a mishmash mess. So anyway, this has been Paul.
And Mike.
PA Brew News. Cheers.